Hey y'all, Bobby Lovell again here today. Time for another Sunday Fun Day video. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week. 2022, my goodness, where's the time gone? Hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you have had a wonderful New Year's. You know, last week I shared the story about the time that I was up in Daddy's office and one of our deputy sheriffs was being held at gunpoint down in the parking lot below us, there north of the courthouse. We shared that story. And it got to thinking that that's not the only time that I've been around when a shooting was involved. You see, when my junior year in high school, Mrs. Allen, Johnson May Allen, was our Beta Club sponsor, and she always wanted to take the juniors and seniors in Beta Club to the Beta Club convention. Well, this particular year, which would have been the spring of 1983, the Beta Club convention was going to be held in San Antonio, down on the Riverwalk. And so she wanted all of us to go. Well, I don't remember what happened, but for some reason we couldn't go the weekend of the convention, or the week of the convention, because I think probably basketball interfered or track interfered or something interfered with us where we couldn't go during the convention, but she still wanted us to go. So we went a little bit later on. And so we get down there, we get checked into the hotel, and we're up on the 20-some-odd floor of this hotel up above the Riverwalk, and us guys have got the windows open, and we're making paper airplanes and throwing paper airplanes out. And I had one that went all the way around past the end of the hotel and all the way back down, landed out in the middle of traffic. You know, just guys being guys is what we were doing. So later that evening, you know, we went down to the Riverwalk, and we ate at one of the restaurants there right on the Riverwalk and was just walking up and down the Riverwalk. Enjoying all the sights and things of the Riverwalk. I mean, those who've been to the Riverwalk know what I'm talking about. You know, it's a whole lot more commercialized now than it was in 1983, but there was still a lot going on in 1983. And Mrs. Allen was like, hey, you guys, we need to go up on the street side and hear Bongo Joe. Now, Bongo Joe was a guy who was a street entertainer who had big 55-gallon drums that he played, 55-gallon barrels that he played as drums. And he was up street side. So we went up and climbed the stairs, got out of the Riverwalk and up on the street side, and there's Bongo Joe. Now, he's not playing his big 55-gallon barrel drums at the present time because there's this guy standing beside him in a long trench coat. Now, this is April in San Antonio. There's no need for a trench coat. We're all walking around in short sleeves. It's not cold. And we're not there long. And literally, we're standing right there on the sidewalk. We're within 5 yards of all of this transpiring. And we're not there very long at all. The guy that's got the trench coat's holding a beer in one hand, and he sticks his hand into his trench coat and makes one step towards Bongo Joe. Bongo Joe pulls out a little snub-nosed .38 out of his pants pocket and shoots this guy in the stomach. Right there, right in front of us. I mean, literally, we're within 5 yards. And this guy kind of staggers back, staggers across the street, and collapses on a raised sidewalk. At that time, there was a raised sidewalk that you had to go up about 4 or 5 steps to get up on a raised sidewalk right up above the street level, and there was a McDonald's right there. He collapses on those raised steps right by that McDonald's. And, I mean, within 2 minutes, we are surrounded by San Antonio Police Department. Long story short, come to find out, this guy had been sitting there and had been harassing Bongo Joe for quite some time, drinking a beer, and when Bongo Joe saw him put his hand in his pocket, he assumed he was pulling out a knife or a pistol, and he shot him. That's what I know. I don't know if the guy had a knife, had a pistol. I don't know anything else about it. I know it made headlines the next day or two because we picked up the newspaper, but I never did find out any more about what all transpired with that. But you know, just some of the things that happen when you're away on a school-sponsored outing. You know, quite the entertaining trip, I'll tell you. Guys, I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Hope you have a very happy and prosperous 2022. And remember, y'all be sweet. I'll be purty. I love you, and God bless.